Happening, guys? Welcome back to the Adam Donegan YouTube channel. Today, guys, is going to be talking about my experience in the Paschal Divine Liturgy that I attended. It was last Sunday. So the service started about 11:30 in the night. So I ended up meeting some mates, and it was about 10 o'clock, and then we made our way down. It's about the church is about an hour away from where we were, and in our town, and it's in Cardiff. So it's the same. When I first went to the Orthodox Church, it was in the same parish, and it was in Father Jacob's Church, and it started about 11:30, but we ended up meeting about 11ish, I think, about half an hour before. And the priest, Father Jacob, he's great. He gave us all a big hug, and it was just great to see him again. Started about 11:30, so obviously, as it starts at 11:30, it's sort of like when I visited the Greek church. Now, one of my mates, my Orthodox mate, he said, just to be aware that when you go into an Orthodox church, it will look like the service has started, but they're just saying like prayers first off, and people are just like trickling in or filtering in. So we got into the church about the service started about 11:30, so we're there, and there's these things called matins, which means prayers. So the prayers are going on for about, let's say, about half an hour, and it was very, very long. It was the longest service I think I have attended. I did attend a service based on the Final Judgment. That was the time when I went to the Greek church, and there was a lot of interesting details that took place, and other things. So one thing I can take away from it is that it was very dark in the building. All the lights were turned off, and this all they were. You could see the wall of icons, which is the iconostasis, and it was lit only by the candles. And I was talking to my spiritual father about this, and he saw it on Songs of Praise. In the UK, we have every Sunday. Like, I always say it when I come home from church, when there's literally a program, of people in church and that, and they actually put on an Eastern Orthodox service on there too, and I think a Catholic one, and then an Anglican one. And they were talking about how it is all dark, and it was all dark when we were there, and it was just lit by candles. We all had our own individual candle that we were holding, and it was an absolute nightmare because the wax kept going on your hand, and that there was like a lid underneath it, but it kept like trickling onto your hand. So that was a nightmare, but it's okay. We ended up going outside, and it was a nightmare. It was a windy night, and all our candles kept blowing out, and we kept lighting each other's candles, and then sometimes you go to light someone else's candle, and then your candle would go out, and then you'd have to do it all over again. But that was a nice moment. That was, and basically Father Jacob said the procession, so he said the prayers outside the church, and then we went back inside the church, relit all the candles by the iconostasis, and there was fair play to the choir. Like there's about 4 of them. One of my mates was part of it, and he did a Welsh prayer as well. He said, I think it was either the Lord's Prayer in Welsh, or he was saying some prayer in Welsh, and so that was an interesting touch to it as well. But it was amazing. Fair play. It was all like just lit by candles, and there was this one chant that said, Christ is risen from the dead, trampling down death by death, and upon those in the tombs bestowing life. And we said that about 3 times, and then the priest would come out after venerating the icons with the incense, and he would come out and say, Christ is risen, and then we would say, indeed he is risen, and then he would say, Christos anesti, and then we would say, Alinios anesti. I think Alinios anesti. I think that's that means indeed he is risen. So you come out and say Christ is risen, and then we would say indeed he is risen. So I love the reverence that they've got for that the Orthodox have. I wanted to attend something serious for this Easter. In the Christian calendar, it is you can argue the most important time of the Christian calendar. a lot of people would say, I've heard before, is that it's even more important than Christmas, and I would agree with them. I guess you could say that the nativity is a special time as well. I guess you could say, I hate how all these Christian holidays have become so commercialized. Like Christmas is now, Christmas, people have sort of lost the meaning of Christmas and of Easter as well. People think of, chocolate eggs and bunnies and the chocolate eggs is like a commercialized thing that's come along with Easter. Similar to Christmas, when we give each other presents and stuff like that. It's a nice touch, but I mean, definitely society at large, I think, has. I mean, if they really look into the meaning of it, then it has to do with the Christian calendar stuff. It's interesting to see that even if our society is not quote unquote Christian, we still abide by these holidays and things like that. I'm trying to think now. So at the end of the service, then obviously people went up to take the Eucharist. I can't partake in it because I'm not an Orthodox. I'm not Orthodox. So people were taking the Eucharist, and then we were able to take the. I can't remember what it's called. There's a fancy. There's a fancy name for the bread that everyone can take and everyone can receive the blessing. So. It's your choice, if you want to go up for that. So I went up for it, and you kiss the cross, and you can even, like show respect to the priest by kissing his hand and kissing the cross and taking a piece of bread. So we did that, and then afterwards we had a little bit of a party afterwards. There was the Father Jacob's deacon brought some Russian vodka, so that was interesting. And there was some wine there, and there was so much food. It was amazing. It was a really cool experience, and got to know some more people, so that was really cool. And ended up speaking to this Irish gentleman, and he was ex-Anglican and now Eastern Orthodox, and we were discussing Mariology. So of course, to be Christian, you have to believe in the Immaculate Conception, but it's I might make a video on this, guys, like the things that are keeping me away from converting. And I just haven't really bought into like the perpetual virginity of Mary. I just don't. But the argument for that is the Catholic and the Orthodox will say that the word brother, I mean, in the original language in Greek or Aramaic means more than just brother. It could mean cousin. So as it says in the Bible, somewhere that Christ has half brothers, but that could mean cousins. So. There is a chance, perhaps, that Mary was eternally a virgin. I'm not sure, but we had that conversation, and it was a good time. And it's there's something about this this service that we went to, and I mean, fair play to the choir and fair play to the priest and people who were involved in doing this service. That it can. Definitely, it is exhausting. It definitely does go on and on and on. The prayers and the veneration of the icons and the chanting as well. But it was cool that we could sort of we sort of felt involved in that when we could say, "Indeed, he is risen." So so that was cool. And then we ended up leaving about 4:30 in the morning, and I was shattered. But basically through goes into Sunday morning. So I ended up getting back to my house about 7 o'clock in the morning. I was so tired I went straight to sleep, and we were able to see the sunrise over the Fochru Valley, and it's great to see this movement happening in Wales. There is a purpose-built Orthodox church in Cardiff, the Greek church. I absolutely love that building, and to go there was an experience, just to be in the building itself. But guys, if there's any small parishes that if you are looking into Orthodoxy, then please support them and attend and see what they're about. And the priests may not say it. I mean, the Father Jacob would say it and say that it's so encouraging to see people that are interested in it. It's definitely a massive movement online that's going on with Eastern Orthodoxy, and people are sort of leaving they're sort of leaving Protestantism and looking for. Is this the truth? I don't want to say, because I'm not Orthodox myself as of yet. I think anyone who believes in the fundamental principles of Christianity and the doctrines are Christian. I believe I'm ecumenical. I've got Orthodox friends, I've got Catholic friends. Protestant friends, you know what I mean? So I understand that the Orthodox view that a bit differently, but I respect that as well. And yeah, guys, let me know if you went, and if let me know if you went to Pascha. So Pascha means resurrection in Greek, and it was cool to be involved in this. It really, really was, guys. So these are my thoughts, guys, and this was my experience about going to a Pascha Divine Liturgy. And hope you enjoyed my thoughts and my experience of this, guys. Got a lot more videos to come out. Yeah, that's about it. So thank you, guys. God bless, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.